Well, Kris Lindahl and I were talking about the real estate market, 6 months ago. And Kris said, he's like, I don't know, I'm not as optimistic as everybody seems to be about this, which is unusual because Kris is an optimistic guy. Kris is with us in studio right now. People were sort of roasting you, saying that you were not aligned with the data, you were full of it. And then, sure enough, a couple months later, all the data lined up right with what you've been saying, that it has been a challenging period, hasn't it?
It's interesting. There's like two sort of sides of this. You've got a big portion of people are like, finally, a refreshing real estate professional that tells us what's really going on, that it's not the greatest time to buy and sell all the time.
Right.
And then you get the other side of it, which is becoming smaller and smaller because they're seeing the data. They're going, high skepticism. Of course, he's got to say this. What's the angle? But if anyone just uses their eyes and ears and looks around, like, things are not that great.
Mortgage rates have been going up. What are people paying for mortgage rates?
They're on the rise. I mean, they're nearly 7%, still a favorable rate. But I mean, it's the inflationary pressure on everyone in this world today, right? That most people can't afford to live, let alone buy a house. And so it's a really difficult time.
People ask this question of, is it a buyer's market or are sellers getting any more control? Like, how would you characterize the market right now?
It's a high risk environment. So a lot of open market sellers are exposed to the markets. And anyone that's listening or watching probably can relate to this. If their home is on the market, most of the offers are coming in significantly lower than ask price if they get an offer at all. You've got open market buyers that are a little bit uneasy maybe about their career, their job, expenses. And so they're getting more aggressive in what they're asking for. Inspection requests are through the roof, and a lot more transactions are falling apart. I mean, just to give an example, this year in our MLS, over 15,000 homes have been rejected from the open market. They've either canceled or expired from the market. So the number is alarmingly high. The one thing that's super misleading about competitive offers or bidding wars and things like that is that it all starts with where you start. So if you underprice your home, you might attract more than one offer, but that's not an indicator of where the market is going. I'll give you the best example of this. Inventory is rising significantly. Inventory rising is a very leading indicator to where we are heading. The lagging indicator is homes that have closed or have sold. Things that closed today or in the last month, they listed earlier this year when rates were significantly lower, where the global conflict wasn't around. All these things have changed that. And so like you see the headlines of like home prices are really high, but home sales are really sluggish. And so what you're going to see moving forward here is if you have more inventory, you have rates that are really high, you are going to have home values that are going to come down. This is simply supply and demand economics. This isn't Kris's opinion because he offers programs or not. We probably have some pretty uncertain high risk times ahead.
Are people overpricing? Are people still operating under maybe a COVID era idea as to what their house might be worth?
That's a great question. I think there's this term called the endowment effect, where we as human beings overvalue things that we've had memories in, we've put our blood, sweat, and tears into. And so naturally we think what we own is worth more. But I think there's also a portion of the market that simply doesn't understand where things are at today, even though they're seeing it. You look at groceries, you look at insurance, and you know that the world is more expensive. And you just have to take a step back and get to 30,000 feet and go, the buyers for my home are experiencing that same pain. We also know median income is not going up to the level that these expenses are. And so it's a challenging time to be a homeowner.
These are structural issues. These are not things where I think like, oh, by October, it's going to turn around.
This is kind of the new normal, right? I mean, you can't get out of where we're at fast. Bankruptcies and foreclosures and auto loan defaults and student loan debt. Every single indicator is blinking red. And so people are going to have to get on board with where we're at today, or they're going to get left behind with their house. The reason why home sales continue to slow is that people that want to move, whether that's buy or sell, are out of the market. Whether they have a 2 or 3% mortgage on their house, or they simply can't afford what houses are going for today.
That's my situation.
Right.
We've talked about this before. I've been in the same house for 18 years, but like my mortgage is 2%.
Right.
How can I justify like going from what I'm spending now to what I would need to spend in today's market?
Of course. So this whole market is based on people that have to move. Until that unlocks itself, we're kind of stuck.
It's the have-tos that are driving it, and the want-tos,
and there's not enough
like
have-tos.
Me are sort of
there's not enough have-tos, and this is why you see home sales that are so low. But then you add in the supplies going up, and interest rates are going up, and all these expenses are going up, and costs are going up, and defaults are going up, and this is how you get a really soft real estate market. And I think finally people are on board with what I've been saying about what's going on. Obviously, we offer a lot of different programs, and we believe in options for homeowners. The homeowner gets to decide the option they're taking, not me. We are seeing an alarmingly increasing rate of people saying yes to guaranteed cash offers, and you're seeing the red check club everywhere, but that's their choice, not ours. And the reason why they're choosing that is they don't want to gamble with all of the indicators that are going on. I'll give you another example, Jason. Someone will call in and they'll have a friend, family member, or neighbor that's on the open market not selling. They've been listed for 6 months. They're doing open houses every weekend. They're doing price reductions. They had one real estate agent. They fired their agent. They're now listed with another agent and they're still not selling. Word's traveling that the real estate market is getting soft. This isn't Chris's opinion or Jason's opinion. Just go online and look at all the price reductions of homes and the homes for sale. More and more homeowners are getting on board that the market looks different. And same thing with
like my next door neighbor,
right.
Desirable zip code,
right.
Affordable price point. It's been on the MLS for 46 days.
5-6 years ago, that house has gone with 7 offers and over asking price in day one.
Yeah.
People are seeing it with their own eyes. And that's the same with the buyers. The buyers are getting way more aggressive. For example, your neighbor's house, 46 days on the market, a buyer comes in and they know that it's been sitting for 46 days. Are they going to give it a full price offer? Absolutely not. And when they get to the home inspection, of course, they're going to ask for things in a reduction. And so the sellers on the open market are exposed to this entire market and buyers are taking advantage of the situation. And this is what creates that high risk environment.
Maybe you're thinking a year out or 2 years out, you might want to sell your house. Are there things people should be doing today to prepare?
Naturally, when you're in that environment and you own that home, there's this optimism that we are going to list the house for this because we want to get the down payment for the next house, or we want to pay off some debt, or we want to help with the kids' education, whatever you want to do. You have to really look at all the indicators and go, if I wait, what will the market do? There are too many people that think that if I don't get my price right now, I'm just going to wait till next spring and I'm going to get more later. And so what we're seeing is you're actually getting further away from the number that you actually need to get because people have been used to that. Right? Everyone thinks that appreciation is just going to continue to come. This year was the first year ever where we saw back-to-back months where there was no appreciation. What do you expect is going to happen when supply continues to go up, rates go up? You have to have a correction and a shift. It's a gamble. And I think people are seeing for the first time that it's not as certain as it used to be. Homeowners that have had a lot of equity, they're not necessarily out of money per se. They're running out of time. They're running out of time, and sort of that move that they need to make is getting further away from them. That's where I see a lot of people that are in that want to move to that have to move, is that time's slipping away and they start realizing like they're a little bit exposed to the shifting market. And it's interesting how psychology works. Yeah. When things start going down, people get really motivated. When things keep going up, they go, hold on, I'm going to wait for a little more. Right. And so we've now shifted to where more people are getting realistic and wanting to get out. The time aspect of we're losing time, I'm hearing more and more people say that.
Kris, thank you.